Hello everyone, welcome back to the Battlefield Siege Run here. We have another video for you today. We are playing Standard on Magic Online. Don't click away, it's actually good, okay? So Standard is playing on Arena a lot. It's played a lot, but Magic Online has a better economy. So you can go on Mana Traders, pay the cheapest amount on their subscription program and play most of the tier decks. So I saw this list, I really wanted to play it in this current RCQ season because I love white cards, as you probably know, but also blue-white, Tempo, Aang, Swift Savior, and Aven Interrupter are absolute houses. Airbend really works well with Aven Interrupter where it makes it cost 2 more on top of it. So you can really rage people out with this deck. This deck had the highest win percentage of the Pro Tour in the standard deck. So Zevin Faust took this to a 9-1 finish. A couple of other people played this deck as well, and it has 75% win rate against professional Magic the Gathering players, which is absolutely cracked. That is an insane percentage win rate. So I really want to take this through a couple matches and see what this deck actually had going for it, really. I can already see, I've played against this in paper anyway, and it is an absolute house. It has really good interaction at the beginning with Seam Rip, and now we have the new card from Lorwyn, which is Spell Snare. 4 High Noons, and if you do this on the play, if you Seam Rip like something, you know, Lana Else or whatever, and you go High Noon, and then you just follow it up with Aang Swift Saviors and Interrupters, and then you just happen to play like a Curiosity after that, you just absolutely, your opponent shits the bed. It's really hard to get back from that. And Avatar's Wrath as well, when you have a couple flyers out, and if they do go over the top, this is the perfect card to bring you back and put you in front. So you have a couple creatures, you flicker everything away, and then you just keep an Aven Interrupter back on Airbend, and then you just Airbend it back in when they try and Airbend their first spell, and then suddenly the next one costs 4, and they may have only had 5 lands, and they can't actually play another spell. So it's absolutely what you need in a blue-white tempo list is this kind of way to snap back and rubber band so you regain tempo if it gets a little bit too crazy. So anyway, that's the main part of the deck. You have the Voice of Victories as well, which is it's a Watch Wolf, but it's also Grand Abolish as well. So it's just a very good card in itself. It works well with Enduring Innocence as well. So we've got these good draw engines with these Enduring Instances and 1 Curiosity, because sometimes when you have a bunch of flyers and you've counted everything that they do and they have everything in exile, sometimes it's nice just to put it at Curiosity in play and then draw 4 cards and have even more counter spells. So it's a very fun deck to play. The sideboard, I'm not going to question Zevin Faust. This seems like the sideboard that's been kicking around for a good while. Maybe it changes a little bit for elementals, but you know, you have this bit of a staying power with Ajani. Tachana's Tidebinder works well with Planeswalkers and any of those gross triggered abilities. The other Avatar's Wrath just to get around for the extra tempo, and a couple graveyard pieces here and there. And the requisition rate, it looks a bit crazy. It's a disenchant sorcery speed, but also you can do all those other effects and get a +1/+1 counter on your creatures if you want. It also gets around Spell Snare, which is obviously that new Lorwyn card that people are playing. Only has a couple. And 1 Disdain for Stroke and 1 Rest in Peace. So anyway, let's just take this through a couple of matches. I think you actually quite enjoy this kind of build. Thank you for the pulp community. If you're watching this, I know this is not a normal thing that I would do, but these decks are pretty fun, and Standards feels powerful right now. So it doesn't feel like a low power level Standard. It's gone. All right. Anyway, if you do enjoy these videos, please feel free to like and subscribe. Use my code word Siege Ryan in Mana Traders to get a little bit of money off. If you do want to use the subscription, that's how I play all these decks anyway, and it's a great way just to get used to formats. So I highly recommend it. Get a little bit of money off in a couple of months as you use Mana Traders. Anyway, without further ado, let's play some matches and just destroy people with blue-white tempo. See you in the first one. All right, this hand is not very good. We're going to mulligan this, sadly. This hand is worse. We're going to mulligan again. Look, we'll keep this. It's not amazing, but I think we just got to do what we got to do. High Noon into Interrupt is good, also with Innocence. I kind of like the idea. We keep the lands. We've got a 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do like Innocence and Interrupter. I think just because of how the meta is right now, we'll just do this and see how we go. A multi 5 is brutal though. Alright, Temple Garden. And here's hoping we just draw another land. Okay, well that's like, I mean, I wouldn't mind a starting town now so we can actually play all our spells, but at least Honey will slow it down. Well, I'm hoping it slows it. Looks along the lines of some kind of elementals list anyway. Wistfulness is going to be a bit of an issue if they play that. Alright, Flood Farm Verge, that's good. Let's just play the planes so they think we're playing just like weenies. We'll play this High Noon, and we very much just want to play this Innocence as soon as possible. So we'll play it next turn, because then you can just roll with the punches. It would have been better if we were on the play. I mean, this deck plays a lot better when it's on the play, but that's okay. So we'll go Flood Farm, Verge, Innocence, and then we can play our other motley crew. Okay, Blood Crypt, yep. Lockmare, okay, yes, oh yeah. I've seen this before. People have been running this sometimes. All right, so now we're definitely just going to drop the Innocence. I mean, Curiosity is nice as well, but we'll just play this. Or, you know what? It's actually better to play the Interrupter now. Or the Ankh. So if we draw a land, we just Curiosity and just draw cards that way. Which I'm a big fan of. Very, very big fan of. I think we probably just start with a... I mean, honestly, we have like a very good hand now. We can out-temper them. We're a lot better than this card in lots of ways. Okay, they're doing that. Okay. If that's the case and they don't have no land, we are... I mean, we could have actually just on the stack. That's fine. Let's just see what they do. I don't mind taking 2 here. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, we'll just hang it. And then we just airbend it back. Off your pot, mate. Okay, and then it's our turn. So I'm going to shock, because if they just play the Mayor again, I don't really care about that. And we'll attack for 2. And then if they don't do anything fun, then we're just going to play this Curiosity again. We're going to play the Curiosity. If they play something really scary, then we'll play the Interrupter. But if it's just like a kind of a standard spell, and it's the Lockmed, then like that's just fine. This is essentially just the lock now. So the lockness of monsters. They can play Lockmare, that's fine. So you notice here that it says it doesn't have flying. So that makes things a lot easier for us. So now we can just jam this Curiosity, and then they're not really playing any other spell, which is good for us. That's exactly what we want. We run interaction as well, so if we need to, we can do other stuff. Have to clean up. They've been pretty unlucky with getting the land, but they are also running 5 colors, so you can't just do that, you know, and expect anything good. So I mean, we're going to draw a land here, so we'll be able to play a Floodpit's Drowner and then do the Interrupter. But this is just busted now. Draw 2 cards. Oh, this just feels dirty. If we're going to let Aang, okay, so we're going to land, and then we can just we could probably do that now, to be honest, just because we have a high noon, so we can't do everything on our turn. So we'll play the Floodpit's Drowner. I know it's got flash, but you know, we can stun counter this. It will remain tapped, and at least we can get in with everything next turn. And then we can just Aven Interrupter, whatever spell they play, and then lethal. So 4, 8, 10. Yeah, we practically just dropped them to lethal. So, and if we draw Stunning Town comes into play tapped. If we have a passage, we can just high noon them as well. Sure, that's fine. They're playing another Mare. I don't really care either. Did take them a while to draw land though. Violence evoked, yeah. So we just Interrupter, because we're just going to get it. We're going to draw 4 cards, and then they can't get rid of all our creatures, and we can just Aang again, and then that's that. Yep, it's plotted. It costs a fair bit, and then we'll just Aang it on the following turn. So this deck's just cracked. Well, these aren't legendary, so we'll just keep playing them. So if we attack, was it 2, 4, 8, 10? Yeah, so we can just activate this and then get in. Just have this, and that's lethal. So very quick deck, you see. It's just like gonna get the job done. There we have it. All right, let's sideboard. So they're playing, yeah, the cheeky evoke spells. Disdainful Stroke's nice. I'm wondering if it's better to run things like... I mean, I think we have to run Rips, actually, because of the... how it works. I want to go with these spell snares. The Sim Rips seem pretty bad as well, because they're playing elementals. I could see us running this to Elspeth just to get through. Let's try that out. Yeah, the lanterns are good when it's like... It's just not that good, I don't think. Because if they're running the flock, then there's going to be an issue. I think we don't really want Wa Shi Tong. Maybe we just bring in the extra Wrath, because I think they can go a little bit crazy, and we might need to reset. Yeah, we just airbend everything. And the beauty about that is they don't... the evoke doesn't work. Essentially, they can... because you have to pay the mana to get the ability. It just comes into play, and you're like, yep. It's in play. So I don't mind the High Noon, because it can just slow them down a little bit. And then they don't evoke multiple turns in a row. Alright, I have to mull this. This is not good at all. We could have cut the voices, I guess, as well. But I don't mind a little bit of action. We'll keep this. I'm kind of fine just getting rid of this. Let's just get the draw engines going, and we've got some interaction. We've got our lands. Just a smidge slow. And we will do it in the way where we'll go tap land, fountain, and then play the Verge. Yeah, so go tap land. No, we won't pay. Pass. We'll just play Flood Farm Verge. If they want to evoke, they can evoke. They need to have the double black though for anything good. My gosh, I'd love to be able to play with this deck though. Okay, Overgrown Tomb tapped is good for us. So we'll play the Verge. Okay, now we're getting a little bit flooded now. We'll just pass. I'll be happy if we just get a stroke off and then we can play the Enduring Innocence. Blue Tender. Okay, so they're playing like a Vividi version. I think we still just, honestly, we just drop down an Innocence. We need to get some kind of level of action going, and then we can just worry about whatever they play. They got 5 cards in hand. Like we need some value. You know what I mean? If you draw an Interrupter, then we can at least start drawing cards. You can't be scared with this stuff. You have to just jam these value engines. Otherwise, you're just going to lose the game to their card advantage. Just pass. Because, you know, like, if they don't do a lot, or they just play like a 1 elemental or whatever, then we can essentially still go, if we draw a 2-drop, we can go 2-drop, like Flopit's Drowner, and then we can still stroke something else out. The mana just feels really iffy with whatever they're playing. Another Lockmare. Interesting. I mean, a Lockmare means that we're not getting any other crazy things out. Another Bloom Tender. So this is where I want to keep up a Disdainful Stroke now. Just I can feel it coming. But they also, like, if they wanted to take something off this and draw a card, they could have tapped differently for that. But they didn't. So it makes you think. Can we get a 2-drop? Okay, Aven Interrupter. Well, in that case, let's just play this tapped. No. And then we can pass. Yeah, let's just get in. Why not? If they want to trade, they want to trade. And we need to start getting rid of them somehow. And then if they play something, we can just Aven Interrupter it. And then hopefully we can just play Innocence next turn and keep up stroke. That's the ideal play, essentially. It was a very, very good draw. I was very happy with this kind of interaction. Now that we have all our mana, I don't want to draw any more mana now. Bloom Bearer. I mean, it's good. We can still Avatar's Wrath, though, if we need to. I think we just let them play the Bloom Bearer. This is a very mixed bag. Playing 5 color with 2, like, black pips is actually, like, cool. No, they're playing a Sig. I think we just interrupted this now. This Disdainful Stroke feels very silly. So they can tap for 4, 3. So they can have 6 all up. So yeah, we'll target that. Six gone away. You can't come back straight away. We went straight into their booby trap here. We'll see what 6-drop they have. Oh, it's just another Blue Tender. That's fine. I got 1 card left. They don't really have a lot of action. So we'll attack with everything. They're drawing a card. Shocking. Okay, that's pretty huge. 1 card left in hand. What could it be? This Disdainful Stroke is obviously not that amazing. I didn't realize that we were going to have that many 2-drops. We're definitely bringing back the Spell Snares. I was thinking that really they only had these Lockmares, and then I'm just going to go straight into a lot of Elementals, but I guess not. So we're bringing the Spell Snares again, and I guess we took out like all the good cards essentially, which I wasn't really expecting. I thought they were going to be playing 5-color Elementals, but if this is what they want to do, this is what they want to do. All right, so it's our turn now. I think what we just do first is let's attack with everything and see what they do. Okay, they didn't block, which is funny. Let's go land, and let's just play the Innocence. I want to draw. Sorry, I should have played the Innocence first, and then see if we've got anything else. They obviously don't have a 4-drop in their hand. Another Aven Interrupter. The question is, do we play a Voice of Victory, or we keep a Disdainful Stroke up? We can draw an extra card though, which is what I like. Let's just play the Voice. Oh yeah, let's just play the Voice. We can't play this other Aven Interrupter, sadly. Draw another card. Because I don't really think they have that much more else really kicking on. And we have draw engines now. They have their Lockmare, but they have to spend so much doing it. And we can go Avatar's Wrath whenever we want. We can also make all their stuff cost a lot. So the fact that this card, when it says choose up to 1 target creature, then Evan all other creatures, and so they can come back just for 2 or whatever. But yeah, with the Aven Interrupter, it's going to just cost a lot of mana. So I'm even happy of spending another turn going Aven Interrupter, keep up a stroke or something like that. Or even going A and just bouncing something. That's not like mega needed right now, because it's going to cost way too much. We can even just bounce that, because that's like a problem child there. Oh yeah, so this is getting the extra triggered abilities in. So tap 2, so you copy target triggered ability you control, you may choose new targets for this. So that's good with the Vibrance, essentially. But now, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. I mean, 3/3 is pretty good. I think we keep back 1. Holy crap. All right, well, they're playing something. Oh, they're just drawing more cards off that. They've drawn all the cards off the Mare. Moon Shadow, okay. I mean, yeah, they have so much mana. It's 5 color. I think we just fire off the Avatar's Wrath and then take it from there. So they're obviously just playing like elementals sometimes. I mean, they're running Catharsis here, and that's going to give everything haste. I guess they can tap 2 and then double trigger it, which I don't even know how good that is. I wonder if they swapped it around and then they could have tapped it, so they could have doubled the Catharsis with the Attentive First Year. It's not exactly lethal, and now we can just kind of get rid of we would definitely have to Avatar's Wrath now. Yeah, so it's tapping 2 creatures, but then that also. Yeah, it's only once each turn. It's like, is this infinite? It's like, no. So yeah, now we just Avatar's Wrath. Hopefully draw something else interesting. They have the Sig, that's fine. And I'll probably even, I hope we draw land so then we can just airbend with the Aven Interrupter. From memory, yeah, so if we draw land, we can actually airbend the Aven Interrupter, and then we're just going straight to Pound Town. So a land is probably our best draw. So I might even attack with the Voice of Victory to try and just draw 2 cards because it's just nuts. What are we taking here? 5. I mean, that's going to happen. 4, 8, 9. See, they clicked wrong. I guess they should have had haste, but also I don't know. Anyway, let's just block the big one. And then once we put the Avatar's Wrath down, we're right as rain. Right as bloody rain. So don't have much else outside of that. So yeah, this will come back. Yep, we can't beat the flyer. So yeah, we'll attack with the Voice, draw 2 cards, unless we draw a land here, and that's fantastic. Okay, we didn't. So let's attack with the Voice and just try and draw another land here so we can essentially just, Avatar's Wrath, and then, okay, we did draw the other land, that's good. And they can block if they want to. They probably, I mean, it makes sense to block, to be honest. They could have triple blocked to get rid of the Voice, but that's okay. Anyway, let's play the land. Let's play the Avatar's Wrath. So choose up to 1 target creature. So what I'm probably going to choose is the Enduring Innocence. It will come back. Well, sorry, it won't come back, but we want to be able to airbend with the Avermine Sensor. So we'll airbend everything else, and then everything's going to cost 2 to play. And then once they play one thing, we're going to play the Aven Interrupter. And then, yeah, there we go. So we should be able to play this. I'm pretty sure. Hang on, let me check. Okay, yeah, so it should be good. Let's just pass the turn. Sec triggers happen, and then yeah, we just got a cruise over Aven Interrupter, and then we've got multiple other Aven Interrupters. So I'm feeling good about this now. They're on 9. We can just go Aven Interrupter on their first thing, and they can't play another thing after that because their next thing will cost 4. And then we'll Aven Interrupter the next thing, and Aven Interrupter the thing after that, and then just crack it for 2 and draw cards. So very powerful, very, very powerful deck. They're doing a tapped Howling Fountain. They probably shouldn't have. They should have done it untapped, so then they could have played a spell and then followed up with the spell still. Whatever that may be. Oh, hello. Wistfulness, you say. Okay, we're still going to Aven Interrupter because I want to draw cards and I want to clock. So let's draw these cards. It doesn't really matter. We're tapped out, so it doesn't matter how we do this. Yep, it goes away. We draw 2 cards, which is cracked. Thank you, lands. We're not playing this Voice of Victory, sadly. We're just going to be playing Aven Interrupters. 2 more Aven Interrupters. And they can't possibly win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's attack for 4. Bing bong. And then we'll just play a tapped Hallowed Fountain. No. All yours, my boy. Oh yeah, play a Drowner, doesn't really matter. It's like this is essentially the garbage time now. Now spells cost 4 to play. I mean, the other spell costs only 2, but now we have 2 Aven Interrupters, so they're going to cost 6 very soon. It's going to be very, very sad. I mean, it's a very good draw. We've only been through a third of our deck, and we've drawn 3 Aven Interrupters, which is very good, as they say. Right, it's a Wistfulness, so yeah, we'll just send it back again, and now it costs 4. Yep, click through all that. Yeah, choose a spell. There we go. As with it, it's making me choose the spell, but oh well. Draw more cards. Like, what universe do we lose this now? You know what I mean? Like, Aven Interrupter and Aang is actual cracked. Alright, and then we won. We had another Aven Interrupter anyway, so there we go. Alright, here's another one. We are... Well, I don't know why this is jumping out. We are on the play, which is freaking fantastic, mate. Let's have a look here. Let's have a looky-loo at our hand. Yeah, this hand's great. Look at this interaction. Straight into an Aven Interrupter. On the play is a little bit sadder, but we can just go Anchorage, go, and then... Yeah, look, next turn I want to get this Harnoon down, because we're on the play, so it's most beneficial for us. Okay, alright. So let's just play a High Noon, because they're never playing a spell after. I probably should have just hard done the Hallowed Fountain, so they knew nothing was up. But anyway, yeah, we will play the Interrupter, and then hopefully we just draw some other good shenanigans. I was thinking about this deck though. Oh, Sheltered by Ghosts. No, it's good. It's a good card. So they're getting him for 2. I think what we do, I mean, obviously we're just going to play, let's just go, or we'll play Starting Town. That's nice. Now we don't have to reveal what we have. It'll just pass, and then it's tempting to do something about this Toadstool straight away. So they likely have a flash. I think we just take this. I was thinking we could probably block, but I think we just counter whatever they play. They do have the Shard Mage's Rescue. Let's just normalize it. That's fine. Bing bong. And then hopefully we can just keep up this spell snare as well. We've got another normalize. Let's play the Flood Farm, because now we can play Interrupter into a spell snare. But I'm mindful of that, I don't know. What's this? Unflinching Courage? Okay. I think we counter that, sadly. I don't want to. Yeah, let's just counter it. I want to do this because I want to try and block that. Oh no, let's play the Aven Interrupter. Now they have a land, and they can just counter. Let's just get rid of this now, like this. I don't love this, but it is what it is. And then next turn we'll just play the tapped Hallowed Fountain. At least we know this is going to get rid of it now. But they're going to win this race, which I'm not too happy about. We needed something good. Alright, Ain Savior. Let's just go no, and then we will pass. I think we're probably going to just flash in an Interrupter to try and block this. They don't run many... Oh, they're doing the counters here. Okay. Shocking. Huge. Huge of true. Whoa, hello. Oh yeah, this is that one. Yeah, okay. Let's Interrupter it. And they can't attack us either then. Oops, sorry. Whoopsie boopsie. White, blue, colorless. Oh, sorry. We'll do it like this. My bad. I was thinking I was playing Ink for a second. That's okay. Put on there. They can't really attack. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So they have Ward 4, which is cooked. I think we just attack for 2. This last thing's going to be very annoying. They've got 2 cards left, but they have that extra card in the side as well. Same planes. I'll say no. My gosh, a seam rip would be excellente ravioli. We're just gonna do this. We need to keep it off the board here, essentially. It's just a shame that we didn't have an extra land to just bounce that. That'd be nice. But I think they have a shard mage. They haven't done much else, you know. Are they shocking? Interesting. I mean, I can't beat that. If they want to double that, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but, you know. Can we just draw a seam rip? Come on, deck, give me a seam rip. Be nice to me. That is not what I meant. Okay. We'll play this. No, and then let's just chuff this up, because we need to essentially block that creature. We need to block that next turn. Oopsie whoops. And I think we just attack with this, and we'll just block with the interrupter. Okay. That's strange. We'll bring the requisition raids. The Ajani's, I mean, they technically work. I mean, the Avatar's Wrath is just nuts. Let's just bring the... Do we even need to bring the Ajani's? Probably keep everything just cooking, to be honest. I think the High Noons are good as well. The Floppet Drowners seem a bit poor, especially with the Ward. Maybe we just cut all those and just bring in some Ajani's. I think everything else kind of isn't that good. Yeah, let's just run it like this. I don't know why they really conceded that last game, but it is what it is. We'll keep this. All right, Temple Garden straight into an All-Mate. Straight into an All-Mate. That's what you want. All right. We don't have a spell set, so we just play this tapped. And I mean, likely we're just going to be probably playing this this High Noon, really. And then we can decide what we want to do with this Rec Raid and Normalize or whatever. That's a problem child there. Light Wheel enhancements. Oh, this one's the max. So just gives vigilance and it gets in. Okay. Alright. Let's just spend the turn. I mean, Normalize is nice. I feel like the High Noon is as good on the play, I guess. On the draw, sorry. I really don't want them to flinch encourage this turn, so I think we just pass and we keep up a Normalize. And then we'll play Starting Town. Ethereal Armor. Yeah, look, let's just counter that. It's better than dealing with a unflinching courage. That makes things way too fast, so that card, let's be real here. It's still cracking in for 4, which is pretty legit. And we'll have the max speed eventually. They're not oaf. Okay, so they're not too crazy of a hand. I mean, I kind of just want to play, because we can eventually work our way up to playing Aang and just getting rid of stuff. And I don't mind this. We have to take a little bit of damage. I think this is correct to do this, because we can just block if we need to. They can put everything on their toadstool, but we can eventually just block and bounce that. So here's the thing as well, they've got 2 more cards left. But we've essentially... Oh yeah, to give flying, it's pretty good. And then just chucking that on top of it as well, I'd assume. I mean, all your eggs in one basket's, you know, we literally draw a Seam Rip and we win the game. We've got a couple turns to kind of live here. And I feel kind of good now about... Yeah, I'll probably just play this tapped. Maybe we should play the planes actually. So I can Requisition Raid the Feather of Flight. Maybe I'll do that as well. And keep up Normalize. Yeah, let's shock. This feels really crazy, but let's Requisition Raid cast. Destroy an enchantment. So let's destroy the flying. Go white, colorless. Just disenchant it. The flying's too good. And we can counter whatever gives flying. And we've got nice healthy lifelink. And then we can just, yeah. I'm not as worried if they just go Ethereal Armor or something. If they get sheltered by Ghost or something like that, then obviously we want to get rid of that, but they're sheltered. So let's just... We have to normalize this because otherwise we die. Don't want that. And we'll obviously just block if we need to here. In this case, because they're going 5, I think we go to 1. I think we just block this optimistic scavenger, to be honest. That sounds absolutely nutso, but it makes everything else a threat. So we go to 6 and then we go to 1. Should come back. Yep. Okay. We cooking here. We are cooking here. Okay. I think we have to do a little bit of magic here. So let's just go. Let's just pass. I hope they don't draw a shard mage. I could do it now, but I think yeah, they drew a land. So now we can go. Yeah, we can play this. So you tap this for colorless, white, blue, and we'll airbend the toadstool if we can. Airbend you. And hopefully that's enough. Cool, 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 cool. Pay this. Yep. Flicker that and hopefully we can just bounce that. Or you do have the shard mage, you cheeky boy. All right, now we have to block that, which sucks. But it is what it is. And then we go to 1. Okay. All right, Dad, give me something good. Avatar's Wrath. Hey, that's not enough. Okay, we'll go to another game then. What do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they just have us. Seam Rip, you are too slow for me. Let's try it again. All right, we don't want to bring anything else in. Johnny was kind of fine as well. It's just infinite blockers. The Voice of Victory, maybe. No, I like that for the Shard Mage Rescue. Probably High Noons on the play. I think are nice. So maybe just keep that. But do you have Flash? Maybe just... No, yeah. I think we just keep it as is. Alright, we're on the play. Come on, deck. Give me something good. This hand is good. So we just go tap land. We'll play High Noon. And then we just keep up Interrupters until the end of time. Armored Armadillo. Okay. Straight back to us. So we'll go land. I mean, just into mono Interrupters is fine as well. And worst case scenario, if they do have a shelter by Ghost, we can just Seam Rip. They can tap out. That's fine with us. Optimistic Scavenger. Okay. Well, that's the Spellful turn, and now we can just play mono Avid Interrupters. So this is like pretty cracked here. I guess they can Shard Mage Rescue, but once we get a couple lands going, so we'll play this island. We'll say go. Yeah, they can definitely go Shard Mage Rescue here, which is pretty good. But as long as we're stopping the Ethereal Lumps, I don't care about that. That's fine. You can make that a 3/4, whatever. They still want to get all their stuff cooking along, you know, as well. So a 2/6 once the mana gets up is pretty scary, to be honest. But if they don't draw other lands either, the Avid Interrupters get crazy when there's another land anyway. Oh yeah, tap out for an Unflinching Courage. That would be beautiful. Thank you. Yep, counter that. Yeah, I guess you get in for 2. That's fine with me. And oh, that would be nice. Let's just put this in play tapped. It might come up, but I think they're just going to try and Courage again. We'll attack for 2. They can make this a big creature, but if they're doing that, then we can easily just Seam Rip them. Yeah, we're just going to play this again. The older High Noon into multiple Avid Interrupters is a good battle plan, you know. If we draw a land, then we can just get rid of that Armadillo straight off. Okay. They can't play another spell, I think, which is what they're realizing. No one ever thinks of the High Noon, you know. Okay, there's another one. I still want to keep up the Avid Interrupter. Just attack. And yeah, I really want to play this other Avid Interrupter here. It's just going to mean that we're going to be able to kill them in 2 turns. Tapping out. I'm sorry, dude. Here is another Avid Interrupter. It feels brutal, I know. And yeah, we can see Rep the next turn. There we go. So just a quick wrap-up time. Thanks for coming through a couple of those matches with me. It's just a very good deck, to be honest. This deck just felt so good. And especially with the High Noon and just chaining Ains and Avid Interrupters, it just felt cracked. The one Curiosity felt good in that first match. And the Avatar's Wraths are honestly, you saw that in the first match anyway, just casting that, they lose all their board, and then you're playing these Aven Interrupters, and then airbending is just cost way too much, they can't do anything. So this deck works on a very particular axis. I feel like it does get a lot worse on the draw, but it's still fantastic. And the fact that we can use Spell Snare as well, there's lots of things like Cub going around, so, you know, Spell Snare, Seam Rips, they're still great cards, and the curb's spectacular with this. Sideboard, I probably wouldn't change too much. I'm a bit weirded out by like 1-drops anyway, but honestly, the Ajanis make sense, the Taibanas make sense, and the Strokes are around for, you know, essentially elementals and stuff like that. I guess this is probably more around for, you know, when you think about Reanimator versus this Rest in Peace, so you actually get some value off, and you can sack it if you need to. You know, you get rid of that one like Reanimated card, and it can sit there, and you can choose to exile the whole graveyard or not. So it's probably interesting having this split, but, you know, do I really know more than Zevin Faust? Probably not. I think this deck is where you probably want to be with it all. Anyway, thanks for watching. I know it's a little bit different to my normal videos, and I'll see you next time.